Supreme Rising, Supreme Rising. How y'all doing the day after your holiday? You know, when the whole days come around, y'all call them holidays, I call them whole days. There's a day with a hole in it. I sit with the divine that day because everybody else focused on the hole in the day. You know, it's a hole in the day. You know what I mean? It's like everybody waited for a particular time to have whatever festivities they wanted to deal with, right? Even on my birthday, like, I accept, you know what I'm saying, comments or whatever, but I give myself to the divine that day. I sit still, you know what I mean, and pay my homage to the divine, because without divine, these ideas or these particular energies couldn't exist. To me, this is a form of light work. There's a form of putting in protection to the light that's given to you by the divine, right? I know most of y'all out there was just looking to shine in your own way, looking to have your own day, looking to, you know, impress on the value of whoever was around you, shit like that. But that's what I'm talking about. Like, when somebody else has entered into your kingdom, you're willing to do whatever it takes to satisfy the people in your kingdom, or who has come into your kingdom, despite the energy that would allow you to pay homage to the reason you even got a kingdom. You know what I mean? See, that's the reason for having like an aspect of value to having someone the head or the understanding of a particular way. You have people that always wanted to come out of this understanding because they wanted to do what they wanted to do. This is in stories of old. You would have had a king telling his son to do something else, and the son said, I just wanted to do this. And then he found out that whatever he was doing wasn't conducive to the growth of the essence of the kingdom. So then every time you exert your particular energy to give it to the whole days or the whole in a day, depending on whatever that is for you, then ultimately you're taking yourself away from the essence that gave you the reason to be, right? People are like, yo, what, you telling me I can't do this no more? I'm not telling you can't do nothing. I'm saying if you're on this path, you got to pay homage no matter what you think or what you respect. I don't give a shit at the end of the day. It don't really matter to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never really gave a shit about what nobody do think to whatever value. You know what I'm saying? I don't think about that. If I'm in a situation, I play my role. I play my role, whatever that's supposed to be. That's how I always been. And because my role is always played to a T, you know, people want to find the kink. They want to find where their importance is to your role. Well, if that was the case, divine wouldn't be a factor. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta thank divine for the good and the bad, because the bad allow me to see the depths of how bad the bad gonna happen. The good allows me to see how much work I put in it, I receive. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how that works. It doesn't work like the way people want it to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, ultimately, people make noise and they say shit just because they want to see their value in something. Well, you had your chance to see the value in something by playing the correct role. And if you didn't play the correct role, then you explain your value to yourself. I don't have to say that to you. You don't have to have a what they call conclusion, or what people say, closure or whatever to any situation. I don't got to give you shit. I don't think like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a mentality for closure. I don't know what that shit is in the most part, because the only reason why you need closure is because you left it open. You left it open in particular ways that didn't manifest right for you. That ain't got nothing to do with me. My grandfather used to say, if you do it right the first time, you ain't right. You got to worry about doing it right the next time. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to do it right the first time. You know what I mean? I ain't always been like that. I ain't always been a person who did it right the first time. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn that. Everybody had to learn that. But then once you understand what that is, you start putting that work in. Hold on. So you start putting that work in, you know what I'm saying? And when you put that work in, you know what I mean, you get to understand. But see, what type of work are you doing? See, most people, they do work that's told to them. You know, like Simon says, like somebody say, do this, do this, do this, and I do this for you. Or if you play this role, I do this for you. So in your mind, you consider that to be work. The real universal work is being able to use your mind to figure out the system around you. That's the real universal work. Ain't nobody gonna do that. Shout out to mud fossils. Shout out to mud fossils. Roger be kicking ass. You know what I'm saying? Roger be just walking. I don't care what nobody say. That dude, that European man is on point. You know what I'm saying? Like, he dropping jewels. Whether people want to hear it or not, he take the science all the way to the light and then bring that shit to the earth. Fire. I got to give him respect on what he's doing, because he tapped into something his own people won't accept him. You know what I'm saying? His own kind won't accept him for his true knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So I respect that. I respect the fact he put the true work in. You know what I'm saying? Sidebar. So understanding what your existence is, you know what I'm saying, and a particular reason why you can actually do things should be the first format of everything. But people don't think like that. What do you call your basics? Your basics is somebody else coming to your life, impressioning a particular value, and then you manifesting off that. What is your go-to? Your go-to is the written concept of the value of whatever you stole, whatever you studied out of particular understanding of your iniquity. So that's your go-to. So now you always go back to the same thing that your people was oppressed to. Like, yo, this science is ill for me, yo, but it come like second nature now, so I don't even try. I don't put the effort in, because there's no need to put the effort. I just talk to the divine. I just connect to the divine, every thought or whatever thought I have. And if you truly can sincerely connect to the divine, you know what happens? You alleviate the action of the feelings that hold you back from understanding whatever particular information you need to understand. I have nobody I'm connected to in this world. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't build with a family member and have long conversations. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a woman that I can confide into. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have brothers that, yo, I can just hit up whenever I want and we can build, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have friends that's truly on the same level that I'm on, you know what I'm saying? Like, so everything around me has always been an illusion, and I always knew that. Just because I played with it and I kind of dealt in it is because divine wanted me to be comfortable with the fucked up of the world. So most of the time I'm smiling in my enemy's face, and they don't know that I know they're my enemies. Most of the time I'm conversating with people who think they got a plan in retrospect to do something to me, but I already know your plan. Most of the time, I look weak in a situation when automatically the chessboard is mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't never really think about particular values like how everybody else think about them. Like, I hear people say a lot of different things about what's working in this favor, what this means. Oh, you must be like this, or you didn't do this because you didn't respond this way. Well, ultimately, when I listen to people talk like that, you know what that tells me? You haven't been around the divine enough. That tells me you're still subsequently trying to make this understanding a worldly action. It's trying to add your ego into it. You're trying to solidify a circumference of graciousness depending on the value of what you deal with. Not every energy is the same on both sides of the coin, bad and good. So I don't have to indulge in it. It's only when I indulge in a particular understanding is when one person would get attacked to the value of what they should do or shouldn't do. I don't think like that, because I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do every single time. Now, what people like to do when you do what you're supposed to do is come in and tell you what you're doing is wrong, just so they can have an attachment to you. I had people attack me on the page the other day, some gay people, some racist people. They said a lot of things. And out of the comments, everybody was saying I was trying to get a point across. So ultimately, it didn't matter about what they were saying or what they was doing. It was a distraction. So I didn't care less about anything that was being said at the end of the day. It didn't bother me, because I seen that all of the shit was a distraction anyway. The only particular parts that meant anything was people who were showing respect to the gratitude of the vibration. You know what I'm saying? If I came to give you a cake, are you going to knock the cake out my hand? If I came to give you a plate, you're going to knock the plate out my hand? See, it defeats the purpose. So I'm carrying the plate. I'm not going to stop carrying the plate because you feel some particular type of way of how I should deliver the understanding. I don't think like that. I don't even think like that. Most knowledge that people deal with is not conducive to my growth. So yeah, I don't really give people the benefit of the doubt. I listen to what you're saying, but then I understand you don't know what you be talking about. And then I be wanting to fill in the space, and the divine's like, nah, let it go, because people got to suffer in their own mind. You suffer in your own mind, lack thereof what you think you know about whatever happened in the universe. You know what I'm saying? That's suffering. It's because you're going to keep living that cycle of what you think you believe. You know what I'm saying? When the only thing you gotta do is let it go and come to the divine. Naga.